The very first effort is now underway to name the new downtown bridge, which is under construction in the Ohio River right now.
Two Kentucky lawmakers have now started the process. Their choice is stirring up a large debate. One of the biggest questions, what did former President Ronald Reagan do for Kentuckiana?
WHAS11's political editor Joe Arnold has more on what's next in this process.
30 years ago this October, supporters of the nation's 40th President Ronald Reagan stood in the rain along his motorcade route downtown to cheer on his re-election before his debate at the Kentucky Center for the Arts with Democratic nominee Walter Mondale.
Is America better off than it was 4 years ago?
About a mile and a half away, a new downtown I-65 bridge talked about back in 1984 is now becoming a reality. And Louisville Senator Dan Syme, a Democrat when Reagan was president, has now filed a resolution that bridge be named the Ronald W. Reagan Memorial Bridge.
I've always been a fan of Ronald Reagan. You know, he was such a class act, and he was so presidential, and he certainly is one of my heroes. And I got to thinking we ought to name something after the fella, and I looked at the bridge, and why not?
Syme's ahead of schedule compared to the decision to name the other I-65 bridge downtown. Just weeks before it was due to open in 1963, it still didn't have a name. But after President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, there was quick consensus to honor him with the bridge.
He led a very vital and useful life. He gave his life for all of us.
The only such honor for President Reagan in Kentucky that we could find as of today is this access road in Lewis County.
We must halt this fiscal self-destruction and restore sanity to our economic system.
Well, his theory was, let's give everybody a tax break and it'll create jobs, and it sure did, about 16 million of them.
What would be your gut reaction to that idea?
I love that.
Why is that?
I'm a conservative, first of all, and Ronald Reagan had a lot of the views and goals that I look for in running a country.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
He was a good president, so I'd be okay with it, I guess.
Indifferent.
Indifferent?
Yeah. Why Reagan?
Yeah, they haven't really explained it. They think he's a great president.
Well, that's questionable. So that's my answer.
Thank you.
Go ahead, make my day.
It could make Ronald Reagan's day, perhaps post-mortem here. The Governor Steve Beshear's office saying to me this afternoon that because this is an interstate bridge between Kentucky and Indiana, both states would have to be consulted and agree upon a name. Take a look at the latest update from our website, our poll right now on WHAS11.com by a looks like a 2-to-1 margin so far. Viewers opposed to this idea. You can still weigh in right now. Joe Arnold, WHAS 11 News.